Alright, what is going on everybody? I am back with another video of Fortnite Battle Royale. So this is another video that has already been recorded or it's on replay mode. So I have a little bit of a different video again. I'm doing a video on how to get those high kill games. Uh, this is just gonna basically tell tips and actually how to get those high kill games and what you should actually do and avoid doing to get those actual high kill games. So let's start this actually. So you can see right now I got the full Ragnarok. I know it took me a while to get it, but I finally got it. 500,000 experience. It took so long for me to get it. Honestly, it's been a grind, so I'm actually really happy to have that. And honestly, hard work pays out. I just want to say that I'm thankful that I actually stood it in, because I honestly never thought that I would get the Ragnarok. When the first season came out, I thought that I was only gonna make the drift and that's it. But I pushed myself, and I want you guys to push yourself and to keep on going. But I'm not gonna be inspirational right now. We're gonna get into the tips and actual how to get those high kill games. So one thing that I want to say, which is common sense. Common sense. This is a no-brainer. This is what something you should already know, is to get those high kill games. And also I'm doing this on duos as well, so I have my partner over there. You can't see it because this is replay mode, and replay mode is kind of off. As you can see right there, it was lagging for some reason. So yeah, I got this kill and my friend ended up finishing him off. So this is like one of the tips I want to say is, of course this is obvious, you want to play aggressive. You don't want to play passive, because passive is basically you hiding in a bush or hiding in a little house or whatever, basically just avoiding people. But to get those high kill games, you don't want to avoid people. You want to go after people and actually get those kills. So you want to play aggressive instead of passive, because if you play passive, you won't get those high kill games. If you play aggressive, you might just be able, if your skill is good enough, you might just be able to get those good enough kills. I know over like 10 and whatnot, it's not a really high kill game. Well, it is a high kill game, but it's not compared to those streamers that get over 15 or whatnot. But I still think it's pretty good. So yeah, okay, so aggressive, you want to play aggressive. Another tip that you have to do to actually get those high kill games is you want to have loot. And what do I mean? What do I mean when I say you want to have loot? When I say this, is what I mean is you have to have wood. Wood. There's a reason why you want to have wood, is basically building. You have to build in this game. This game is basically about building. No, it is not Minecraft, but still, it is Fortnite. In Fortnite, everyone, even the defaults, build in this game. This game is truly about building, and if you're trying to get those high kill games, you're gonna have to build in fights. And if you don't have wood or even resources, then honestly you're honestly just gonna die. So you need to have wood. Even if you spend a couple of minutes or maybe a quarter of the game getting those resources, do it. You need to have resources to actually build on your opponents, and that's one thing that you definitely want to have. Guns. When I say guns, this is a no-brainer as well. When you see a better gun, you want to grab it. But what I actually want to recommend you to do is follow the meta. Don't just pick a random gun that you know you're not good with, you have no experience with. So yeah, the meta, you definitely want to probably follow it, which is usually an AR or a SCAR if you're lucky enough. A silent SCAR is good too if you want to. And I still don't completely agree with this just yet. I'm still not decided just yet which one is better, but either a double barrel or a heavy shotgun. If you find a double barrel, I probably recommend it. Here's the difference between a heavy shotgun and a double barrel. Heavy shotguns, you have to be precise with your shots. You have to have good aim with the heavy shotgun to actually get those kills. The double barrel is almost the complete opposite. It is a two-shot gun, but your aim doesn't have to be too precise. You can hit a body shot and completely destroy your opponent. So that is the benefits of having a double barrel. The thing about the heavy shotgun is it is strong. It's a very strong gun, but thing about the heavy shotgun is that you have to be precise with your shots, and you can't actually just do it like the double barrel. You have to be precise with your shots, hit those headshots. Actually, let me get this in because I actually want to show you guys the kill mark and the storm, whatever, and how many people are still left. So I'm sorry for not putting that in earlier in the video. So yeah, that is the difference between the double barrel and the heavy shotgun. So if your aim is not good, you might want to pick that double barrel, and make sure to have an SMG with you. The P90 is definitely the best gun, the best finishing gun in the games for now at least. Meds. When it comes to meds, that's basically a no-brainer as well. But a lot of people seem to mess up within this. I don't know why, but a lot of people seem to do it. Drop. I know it looks good in your inventory. That heavy. I was gonna say new, but it's not new anymore. That heavy sniper, that legendary heavy sniper, that legendary rocket launcher. Drop it. If you see a med, if you see shields, and you know that you need some, and you don't have anything else in your inventory, you need to drop it for those meds. If you don't have meds, and let's just say, okay, you're fighting, you got all these cool guns, and you can actually kill them, of course. You're gonna be able to kill them sometimes, if you're lucky enough, if your skill allows you. But it's gonna come to a fight where one of those enemies ends up damaging you more than you wish they would have. And you can't instantly go into another battle because you don't have any more meds to actually heal up. And if you still try to, you're gonna die because the other guy has much more HP than you do, so they're most likely gonna kill you. You want to have meds within your inventory, or you're not gonna be able to have that high kill gain because you're gonna die. So that's what I mean when you need meds. Another thing is you have to go for the kills. This goes in with being aggressive, any kill. Okay, so I want to explain, which I will explain later on, something that comes with it. There's like an extra branch that you have to follow when following this tip, which I will explain later on. But for now, I'm gonna explain that you have to go for the kills. Of course, aggressive. You have to be aggressive. You find anybody that you actually look like you can kill, like I did right here. I seen two guys right here. I was contradicting whether I should shoot him or not, or whether I should move on, but I ended up getting his teammate and getting some good shots onto him. So I noticed that he had no HP, so I'm gonna go after him. So when I say that you have to get killed, you have to go for the kills. You have to follow anybody that you can. If you're trying to get that high kill game, you have to go after people. You can't just be passive. You actually have to go for those kills, or you're not gonna be able to get that high kill game. Let's face it. So yeah, you definitely want to go after people and not just be sitting around doing nothing. If you see someone, go after them. Okay, so another tip is you have to practice. This is simple. It's a no-brainer right here. You have to practice. You can't just expect to get a high kill game and survive if you don't practice the game, because you're just not gonna survive. Your skill won't be better than them. And what I mean by this is comes a lot when I'm saying building. Building is a huge thing in this game. A lot of people seem to do it. Everyone does it in this game. Everyone builds. And if you don't know how to do that because you haven't practiced it, you're most likely not gonna survive. You need to practice how to build. It's something that you need to know, and also how to aim. Your aim has to be on point as well when you play this game. And yeah, you have to know how to build. You have to know how to shoot. And if God forbid, learn how to edit. That would help you a lot more than you think. Editing is an annoying thing that a lot of people, some people know how to do. But if you know how to do it, you're basically set. So you have to practice. Another thing that what I mean by practicing, which I did personally, what I did in my experiences and what I think about it, is going into solo games and actually going to those high populated areas where everyone's just being aggressive and everybody just wants to kill each other. For example, Tilted Towers, the Viking Mountains, Lazy Links. I personally don't like Lazy Links because there's not enough resources for everybody. So it's basically just a death zone. So I recommend going either to Tilted or the Viking Mountains. I started going to Tilted Towers over like maybe a month ago. and actually going and going and going and going on to actually, and there's a reason why you have to do this. Because me personally, when I was earlier in this game, maybe in season 4, in any fight that I got into, my heart would literally bump out of my chest. I wouldn't be able to breathe, and I wouldn't be able to focus because I would be so scared, and my shots would be completely off, my building would be completely off, and I would die. A way to fix this is you can't just play passive, because this will never work. You getting into battles, you're always gonna get scared. So you have to go to the high places where you know you might most likely are going to die. Even if you die a couple of times, never give up. This is another thing, don't give up. You have to keep on going. If you're really serious about it, you have to keep on going. You're never gonna get good if you don't. If you're always just playing passive, passive, passive. So Tilted Towers, go to the Tilted Towers, get killed, spawn back at Tilted Towers, keep on going, keep on going. Repeat, and I promise you, you'll feeling scared when you get into fights, and you'll get a lot better. Okay, so another tip is, this is the one that I was saying that goes in with going after any kill that you see, anybody that you see. This is the other branch that I was telling you about. Okay, so this is very important. You have to follow this. You can't just ignore this. You have to follow it. And this is where I think in Fortnite you have to have a lot of brains. You have to be smart. This is what I'm saying. You have to be smart. You can't just go and actually fight anybody if you don't have the right materials or meds or any guns with a lot of ammo. You're gonna die. You have to play smart. As much as I said, go for any kill that you see, go after them, but don't just be dumb about it. If you don't have any shields, if you don't have any resources, then you're not going to survive. If you have resources and you had meds, go after them. I mean, you most likely will survive if your skill allows you to, but don't just go after them. As much as I say, and as much as others say, go after any kill that you can if you want to be aggressive, you can't do that if you don't have enough resources to actually finish the job. So you have to play it smart. Another thing is, this comes with the wood that I was explaining earlier on in this video. Building is the main composition of this game so far, as I noticed. Everyone builds in this game, so you want to know how to build, because if you don't build, honestly, you most likely won't survive. You need to know how to build, because that would definitely help you within this game. And honestly, it's just a better idea if you do build, because you see this guy was rushing me right here, but I built above him, and I was trying to edit it, but of course I'm not that good at editing just yet. And you see he builds as well. See, as you can tell, everybody in this game builds for a reason. And well, building, the reason why I say you have to know how to build is because if a person has a high ground above you, but you can't build above that high ground because you haven't trained enough to actually learn how to build, or you just don't feel like learning how to build because you don't want to put enough work for it, then honestly you might just want to put down the controller, because you're going to die. You need to know how to build in this game. If your aim is good, you might be able to actually win, but building, you need to at least know how to build a little bit. Even if it's not the godly builds that Ninja and MILF and all those famous streamers do, it's okay. But you still need to know how to build at least somewhat good. Another thing is being a good teammate. If you're in a duels and you're trying to play aggressive and you have your teammate down, be a good teammate. Same goes for 50v50. You have to be a good teammate. You have to actually help your teammates out when they're down, because they would honestly, if you're an amazing player, like so good, then you could honestly probably handle all the other guys by yourself, and congratulations for you. But it's most likely a better idea if you help out your teammates and be a good teammate and actually revive your teammates. As you've seen right here, if I wouldn't have revived my teammate right here and I played recklessly right here, if I wouldn't have revived my teammates, I would have lost the entire game right there. Being a good teammate, you have to revive your team. Honestly, you'll be a lot safer with your teammate than without him. So you have to be a good teammate if you're being on duels. Another thing is, being too reckless. Like you've seen just right there, as you've seen right there. I was shooting the floor, the little floor thingy, the little floor plan that he plays, so I can finish him out. Cause I was feeling the adrenaline, I was feeling tough, I feeling like I could kill anybody right now. But I was being too reckless. I should have probably went around this little hole right there that is right there visible, and could have got some shots into him and completely eliminated him by myself. But I didn't think of that and decided to be too reckless and ended up dying for it. So you don't want to be too reckless. Same goes for building too high. Don't build, as much as I say building and actually build on your opponents, don't build too high. If they're building onto you and they're building, then it's just a build battle right there. But if you don't hear your opponent anymore and they're all the way below you, like so far down below you, you might want to drop it down a notch. You might want to build down, because they're going to shoot it down no matter what, and you will die. And honestly, it's a huge trigger. So that's definitely something you want to watch out when actually doing this kind of things. Is, as much as the tips I say, you want to keep it a nice amount of each thing that I say. Being reckless, being aggressive, because if you want to play aggressive, I know you want to actually get kills as much as possible, which I did, but you don't want to be too reckless about it as well. As you see, I kept on taking my meds because I didn't want to take any more damage than I could. So you definitely want to be smart when you're into these battles, especially when you're trying to be really aggressive within battles. This replay mode, I swear, the replay mode, Epic needs to fix replay mode. Okay, so right here I dropped, and I noticed this guy was over here just shooting at me. So there was another duo squad, another duos, and one solo guy, and me and my teammate. So we had to watch out on him. As you see right here, he also did not follow one of my rules, which I have to preach even more, is building. He was being too reckless right there. He was just shooting after that guy and not building at all. And I took so much health away from him just because of the fact that he did not build and he was playing recklessly. My teammate, he did end up downing my teammate. I don't know why it shows that he still has a bush, but he got it taken off a while ago. But I was trying to be a good teammate, and I was saying that and definitely in duos you want to have your teammate to be safer. And I was trying to be a good teammate and revive my friend, but ended up rockling me, and it's not a good idea to stay in there. You want to move out once they do things like that. So yeah, I was trying to get the high ground onto these guys, but then this guy will end up sooner or later within this gameplay. Okay, let me see where he does it. Right about right here. Yeah, right here. He shoots a rocket at me, and I knew that I was in a very high area, so I didn't want to take any fall damage as much as I could. I was alone. My teammate was below me, and he was about to be dead if I didn't revive him fast enough. And I was alone. I could die easily right now, so I wanted to play it smart. I didn't want to take any damage at all, which is something you have to do. This game takes so much brain. More than people think. The game takes so much brain to actually win. This guy right here is just trying to get the kill onto me. He got me really good right there. Replay mode sucks, but I ended up taking my meds again, and right about right now I'm gonna start trying to take my med kit. But of course I can tell, as you see, my teammate just died right here, which is pretty horrible because now I did not have a teammate and I was all alone. And if I died, I completely lost the entire game. So I'm trying to take my med kit right here, but this guy keeps on rocketing me, so I can't take it. The other two duos are somewhere hidden. This guy, as you can tell, is clearly trying to kill me. He wants to get that victory out. And then after a while, I noticed that these two are about to fight. So I'm trying to get in there as much as possible, even though I should have probably stayed somewhere and took my med kit. But I didn't think within that. That's why I said you gotta be smart. And I noticed that they were taking a lot of damage right here. There was a lot of heat. This guy did not notice me right there. I shotgunned him. He died. And at this point I thought that this was the final guy, so I was kind of happy. I was excited, and then boom, here I go. Shotgun shot. I took that guy down. Then I noticed that there's another guy. I had to play it nice. I was running out of resources and I was pretty scared. and then the storm started moving. So I definitely was not playing it smart right here. When I say you have to play it smart, I was building fuller plans, but if I fell, I would have died. Right here, he tried to shoot me down. I jumped around right here. I still took some fall damage, so I could have died right here. If his aim wasn't really bad, then I would have survived. I would have died there. And I'm right here, I'm trying to shoot him, and I'm gonna try to take my mech here real quick, but then I noticed that he starts to rush up, and this is where I say you want to keep the high ground, or if you don't have the high ground, you're most likely gonna die. So I'm trying to build up to him, but he's getting the high ground above me, and honestly, he has me in a really good area. He has me right where he wants me. I could die right here. Replay mode sucks so much. Okay, so right here is where I'm taking the mech kit, and I'm trying to survive as much as possible because I need all the HP that I can take, because I'm really trying to get this victory out. And I took the mech kit, and this is where I start reloading my guns. You need to make sure to reload your guns as well, because you could not reload it and then it will start automatically reloading, and you could honestly die right there. So right here is where I ran out of resources. I had no more wood, no more anything. He jumps down, shoots me. I almost had him, but he ended up building a stairway fast enough. Right here, I got scared. My heart was beating out of my chest. I did the dumb idea and played recklessly of running away. So I ended up dying within this battle. So this is kind of what I want to say, and why I think that I should have won that with the 9 kills. As you can see, he's about to start doing a dance about me. He's doing the take the L dance. So this is why I believe I should have won, and why I believe that I could have won, and why I think that I should have got the 10 kill mark. So I had them really weak, and honestly, I took them basically all on by myself. I killed his teammate and the guy he was fighting below. I killed all of them, and I was basically doing it all by myself. My teammate died and left me alone. So the reason that I feel like I should have won was because basically I killed them mostly all, and I feel like the only way that I would have won this battle is because I didn't have wood, I didn't have meds, I didn't have anything. I was basically dead. But I probably would have had a chance if I stood to my guard, if I stopped freaking out, if I stood to the fight and actually tried to shotgun him if I could, or like shoot him down to my level and then get some good shots onto him. I might have been able to win, but I got scared and started running away. Why I ran away was because I played too recklessly. I didn't have any build materials. I didn't have meds, nothing. I completely lost my cool right there, and I died. So you want, even if it's the final guy, stay to your guard. Do not give up. Never give up, because you might just be able to get that lucky shot and win. So that's another tip that I want you to think about is never give up. It's not good to give up. You'll never win like that. So okay, so oh, I can't breathe. Okay, so I hope you like these tips and how to actually get those high kill games. So if you did, make sure to drop a like, and make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, because we are on our road to over 20 subscribers. We have 11 right now, so we are slowly growing higher and higher. So yeah, I hope you found this helpful. If you're kind enough, make sure to follow me on my social media. They're all going to be down in the description. If you want to watch my live streams, I do a whole bunch, maybe almost every single day, like around 10. If you want to watch those, you have to follow me on Twitch. It's actually at QuNiVerse streams, so make sure to watch that and come follow me on Twitch. And yeah, I hope this helped you out. Let's go for 5 likes, and I guess I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.